Bob Smith here. I've got a tournament coming up this weekend. It's a small club tournament. It's not a big one, but I've still got to prepare. Right? It doesn't matter the size. My goal is to win or do the best I possibly can. To that end, I want to eliminate any chance that there's something that I did that could cost me a fish, cost me a breakdown on the boat, cost me anything. Right? I need everything as close to perfect and right as I can have it. So my nitro here, she's already been gone over. She is ready. She's always ready. I'm the one that's going to play catch up. But I've taken this huge front deck on my Z7 and I've converted it into my little workshop. The first thing I've got to do is change all my line. Now a lot of folks will just say, well, we'll strip a few feet off the end and retie. If I have a kink in that line down in the spool and I make a long cast and that line breaks, that's something I could have avoided. New line, all my rods. And since I'm fishing a really, really clear lake, I've got to downsize it all. I got some I like heavy line on for certain baits. Those baits are going to have to be fished on lighter line now. But that's all part of the game. It's part of knowing where you're going. It's part of preparing for that body of water, for that tournament. There's no one, this is good for everything. So, I've got my Berkeley Vanish up here, my fluorocarbon. I'm fixing to get to work respooling all these rods. I got about 10 of them up here for the weekend, so let me get to that. This being one of the lakes where I'll rely on my spinning rods probably quite a bit with 8-pound test line. Let me show you a little trick that'll help you out some, maybe. Putting line on your spinning rods, maybe save you a little bit of frustration. We all know spinning rods are notorious for getting twisted line. You get them bird cages and you pull off a loop of line. That comes from having twist or slack on your spool. And when you put your line down, you lay the spool flat. You don't take it off on edge like I do with a casting rod, and you start reeling it up. And I keep tension on the line with my fingers here. And then what I do is I pick it up and I just lay a loop. Let the line droop a little bit. If it twists, take your spool from sitting this way and turn it over and reel it off the other side. The line goes on from the manufacturer a particular way, and if it comes off opposite, a lot of line will automatically twist. And now you're reeling twisted line onto your reel straight off. So you're starting the day with twisted line. This one's coming off just fine this way. I notice I don't have as big a problem with that with fluorocarbon as I do with mono. Monofilament is very bad about twisting, and you will notice it immediately if you take it off the wrong way, or if you're using a cheap quality line. It'll wrap all around your tip. That worked out good. Now I've got my spool filled to capacity. This rod is ready to rig. Alright, I've got a new line on everything now. Alright. Old line. Don't throw it on the ground, don't throw it in the trash can. Hang on to this stuff. Put it in a bag, save it up or whatever. When you get to a tackle shop or some boat ramps in different places, they have receptacles for used line. Take it there, drop it in. It'll be recycled. It will not make it into the environment. This is bad news for birds, fish. It's bad news for anything that gets wrapped up in it. They're going to die. Don't just throw it in the trash. Okay, another part of tournament prep that I do that comes in real handy. It'll save you time. It'll save you a lot of headaches, a lot of looking for stuff on the water. Is I use the plastic storage containers that I just get at Walmart. They're really cheap. And I put together what I call a day box. This will be pretty much the primary stuff that think I'm going to use for the day, based on the time of year, the water conditions, the weather, the forecasted weather, and the whole 9 yards. I can take a good educated guess on the colors, the sizes, and the type of baits that I should have in here that I would do well starting off with. Today's Wednesday, so that gives me 3 days before the tournament. This can be adjusted as you go. You know, if you think, well, you know, the weather forecast changed, it's going to be a little more overcast, I think I might want top waters more so than crankbaits or whatever. You just go right back in here, rummage through your boat at the house, fill it up with what you think you're going to use primarily, put the lid back on it, and you're good to go again. I'm not going to tie up any rods until Friday night, when I've decided what I'm actually going with initially. Now, naturally, through the course of the day, that will probably change. It always does for me anyway. But this is a big part of my prep, is going through the boat and figuring out exactly what and what sizes and what colors. And it'll take me a little while. I might fill up 1, 2, maybe even 3 of them. But if I have 3 of these containers sitting right here inside my front compartment of my nitro, when I open that compartment up, they're right there on top. I don't have to hunt through the boat to find anything. Saves me a lot of time, a lot of headaches. So I've got the rod spooled up. I'm putting together my day boxes. I've got one. I'm going to make another one, possibly 2. It all depends. And then come Friday, I'll revisit everything, and I'll decide what I want to actually tie on to start the day with. So, staying on top of your rig, staying on top of your tackle, eliminating all the potential issues that you can prevent will go a long way toward giving you a better day on the water. There's nothing worse than breaking off a fish because it's something that you overlooked that you could have taken care of, having your boat die on you for something that would have been routine maintenance, or something that you could have taken care of had you actually looked at everything and gone over it. So, tournament prep. Big tournament, small tournament, done the same way. I might not take as much stuff with me to a small tournament as I would a big one. This one coming up is 2 days, but it's local. I can leave stuff at the house. I can swap it out overnight if I need it, if I decide I need it during the first day. So, prepare for your tournaments. Stay on top of all your maintenance. Keep all your tackle uptight. New line. Put together day boxes. Less frustration. All you've really got to do now is concentrate on catching those fish. So, for bassandbobs.com, I'm Bob Smith, and I hope this little bit on tournament prep has helped you out. Also, make sure you have your weighing bag in the boat, and make sure you have a measuring board. It's no fun to catch a fish that you think is marginal and you can't measure it. And likewise, your weighing bag. It's easier to bring it than it is to go try to borrow one after the fact. But anyhow, until next time, I'm Bob Smith for bassandbobs.com, and I'll see you out there on the water